uh, we are going to use an object or a library called Pickle. Now, Pickle is beneficial to us. Let me see here where we have this. Okay, so if I want to save my list of accounts here that I have in a dictionary, the nice thing about putting your accounts in a dictionary instead of using like a savings variable and a checking variable the way we did before is that I can add accounts on the fly. I can even allow users to add new accounts because then it's just a matter of adding the key, which is the name of the account, and the starting balance to that account, and that's it. And then I can add that to the program. So if I'm going to run this program, okay, it doesn't show me anything visible, but when I open that file, that's what I've written to that text file. So I could, when my ATM program starts back up, all I have to do is use readline to read those back in one at a time, read it, split it at the colon, put one value as the key. Was that Siri? Siri needs to settle down. Put one value as the key. Is that your computer? Someone's pranking me here. All right. Yeah, you are. Settle down. Never mind. Siri is so nosy. I swear. She's going to come back now. Um, they are. It's probably feeding directly to the NSA. But that's okay. I don't have anything interesting going on anyway. If they're that bored, that's their problem. So I'm going to take one value and put it in as a key. I'm going to take the other value and I'm putting it in as the value into my dictionary. So it'd be really easy to read that back into the dictionary. So that's cool. That is really nice in terms of what I can do with that. But let's say I have something like this up here, where I have this weird data structure. If I want to save something like this, honestly, or even this, to a file, this is going to be really tough, or more tough, more difficult for me to do using just a program logic. I'd have to unpack it all and figure out the structure and somehow save the structure in a text file in a way that I could read it back into my computer. There's an easier way, and that is to use what's called Pickle. Pickle allows you to save objects in their native form to a text file and then load them back up later on. So if I want to, I can, and it is actually called pickling and unpickling. I don't think unpickling exists in real life. I think once something's pickled, you just eat it or you get rid of it. But um, pickling and unpickling. So if I import the pickle module, um, that's not part of this. Sorry about that. I don't know why I put that there. If I open the pickle module, I can then open a file. Okay, so I'm still using open to open the file the same way I did with a regular text file. But look at what I got here. WB, not stand for Warner Brothers. It stands for write binary. We are writing in binary code because in order to save an object, we can't use plain text. It is not sufficient for capturing the structure of that object. So to save an object in a text file, we have to write in binary. So that's what that means. In order to use Pickle, we have to have a Pickle file object, which is just a regular file object that's open for writing in binary or reading in binary. And then pickle.dump is how we dump that object into the file. So I would use the object and pickle. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so if I want to take this and write it to a file, first thing I want to do is import pickle. And then I'm going to ignore all of this stuff. I'm going to write that. So if I equals open, what's going on here? All right, settle down. Test.text, and I'm going to write in binary. And then I'm going to do pickle.dump, and I'm going to give it the object, which is the fpickle. And then I'm going to give it the, actually, hang on a second. Which object goes first? Let's just double check that. Oh, it's the object, then the text. So I'm going to give it the list, because that's the list I want to save. Okay, so I'm saving this right here in that file. And this is the file, the pointer that I opened. So if I run that, no errors is a good thing here. There is my pickled list. Why does it look like garbage? Because I just tried to open this in a text encoding and it's a binary file. So I'm not going to be able to read that, and that's a disadvantage, right? Because when I do this using regular text, I can read that file with my eyeballs. Like I can see what's in there just by looking at it and make sense of it. So that's sometimes nice if you're trying to debug your program or figure out what's going on. Nobody's going to read that. So if I want to now, let's comment that out, and let's open that file and print its contents. So everything else is out. Equals open test dot text, and we're going to open that to read binary. Don't forget to read binary for pickle. And pickle load, and I think it's still it is the file here. And I need to, this returns the object, so I need to put it into a list variable. Okay, so when I run that, actually let's print the list. Print. Okay, so this opens up the file that I just created and prints it to the screen as a list. Okay, so there's my list successfully recovered from the file. So if I have a really complex data structure, like say the employee database, I can just use Pickle, just take care of that whole thing at once. One shot, load it, save it, easy, easy, easy. Okay, just a few lines of code for each one. And that is nice because